Wow, 11 cops arrested for uh, unlawful conduct and civil rights abuses. Those are Officer Nicholas Foti, Officer Ian McInnes, Officer Kyle Wood, Sergeant John Hartman, Officer Tristian Homan, Officer Brian Stoll, Officer Tyler Mundson, Officer Lawrence Mans, Officer Brian Parks, Daniel Toomer, and Tre Dehart Robinson. Um, wow. And the thing about this, police department, there's only 20 cops. So having 11 of them arrested is not a good sign for that police department and the amount of corruption that's there. This this just shows how bad police corruption and police departments are.
And good evening. We thank you for joining us tonight.
Tonight, breaking news from East Cleveland. Several police officers indicted and new concerns tonight about how the city will protect itself.
The city held a news conference this afternoon to outline the issue. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But first, Neil Fisher begins our team coverage with details of what those indictments include. Neil, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Russ. We've just learned in the last couple of minutes that one of the East Cleveland police officers that left for a job on Illyria's police force has been fired after today's indictments were unveiled. He's one of 11 former and current East Cleveland officers that were indicted today. Tonight, 11 more East Cleveland police officers indicted for unlawful conduct.
There has been a cancer growing in the East Cleveland Police Department.
Over the last 7 months, 16 East Cleveland police officers have been indicted for 31 incidents of unlawful conduct. Charges include felonious assault, interference with civil rights, tampering with evidence, obstructing justice, and theft in office.
Wow, they're doing all this. If it was a civilian doing this, like obstructing justice or tampering with evidence, any of this, they would be in prison for a long time. And unlike cops, they wouldn't be getting away with it for years.
Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley saying these all happened under former Police Chief Scott Gardner.
Clearly, based upon the sheer number, you were probably seeing individuals who were hired, who were taught by people who ought not be teaching.
The prosecutor estimates that the East Cleveland Police Department has 20 officers to patrol the streets.
I'd rather have 20 good cops than 40 bad cops.
East Cleveland City.
Okay, but what about those other officers had obviously known something was that these other 11 officers were bad. So actually you have 20 bad officers. The rest of those cops need to be investigated as well. And if this happened under the previous sergeant or police chief, then that means police chiefs are just as bad and they need to be investigated as well. Why is not ex-police chief being investigated over all this?
City Council President Juanita Gowdy emotional as she looks towards a brighter future for her community.
I really appreciate everything that y'all are doing for East Cleveland. You've given us hope today.
The FBI is involved in the investigation as well. Special Agent Gregory Nelson said they want to collect more information, asking for tips of abuse by East Cleveland police officers.
Protecting the civil rights of our citizens will and always was or has been a priority or top priority of the FBI. And we will uphold the accountability for all people, regardless of their title or position.
Tonight, questions remain about how that police department moves forward and protects their residents. With that, Bree Buckley continues our breaking news coverage live from East Cleveland, where police wrapped up a news conference a short time ago. Hello, Bree.
Hello to you, Neil. Yeah, the mayor actually just spoke out, just finished talking a few moments ago. He says that he's thanking the prosecutor for all of these indictments and says that he's committed to improving the department. Just a few minutes before that, East Cleveland City Council held a press conference asking for help, and that was just hours after those additional officer indictments were announced. They want the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office to come out and help the department here until they can address the issue and work things out. Now, I'll have much more on this coming up tonight. I've reached out to the county to see when that could happen, if that could happen, and still haven't heard back. Russ?
Okay.
Man, this makes you think. You're never going to know if the officer that pulls you over is going to be a quote-unquote good cop or a bad cop. You don't know if that cop is going to want to beat you down, or just give you a ticket. And that's not how people should think of cops. When they see a cop, they should think, oh, I'm safe. But no, people don't think that they're safe when they see a cop. They're like, oh, this cop is going to want to hurt me. We need to actually have an investigation on every single cop. There's no point in letting this continue to where these cops get away with doing all their crimes until one day they murder somebody. Just let's start investigating cops, remove the bad cops, put in some good people, and boom, we can actually have like an actual justice system.